With the decline of cable television, the closures of movie theaters, and a worldwide pandemic keeping a majority of the population indoors, the rise and availability of streaming service options has probably been one of the few saving graces for many people. Due to the popularity of both Netflix and Hulu, there have been many more networks that have launched their own streaming service to gain a foothold in the growing market. We'll take a look at one of those platforms and what they have to offer. Hey Flickers, welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at 10 Amazon originals that were released in 2020. Before we dive in, please drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Remember to hit the bell icon to receive notifications for new videos. Now let's get started. When you say Amazon, typically the first thing you think of is shopping, as they are one of the biggest e-retailers. In the last few years though, they've been growing their entertainment section from books with their Kindle, Prime Gaming, Amazon Music, and now they're quickly growing with their Amazon Prime Video with original content. With many streaming options to choose from, how can you pick what to watch? Here are 10 Amazon originals that came out in 2020 that we think you'd enjoy. Number 10, Tales from the Loop. Released in April with only one season under its belt, the 8-episode season will be a quick watch. The series follows the lives of several residents that live in the town of Mercer, Ohio, with each episode focusing on a different resident. What's unique about this show is that the town is located above an underground facility called the Mercer Center for Experimental Physics, also known as the Loop. The center deals with fringe science such as floating objects, time and space shifting, as well as other odd phenomena. Although there is a sci-fi element to the show, its main focus is on the residents and how they are affected by the objects and debris from previous experiments conducted at the Loop. Number 9, Hunters. Hunters is another one-season show that premiered in February. Although it has mixed reviews, it's received a fresh rating from Rotten Tomatoes and has already been renewed for a second season. With a cast of familiar faces including the great Al Pacino, Logan Lerman, Carol Kane, Josh Radnor, Jerrica Hinton, and much more, there's been high praise for the cast and their performances. Although not an accurate historical representation, the show was inspired by a number of real-life Nazi hunters. Set in the 1970s, 3 decades after World War II, Hunters follows a group of vigilantes who hunt for secret Nazis and try to eliminate the threat that is secretly operating within the US. You'll see Pacino in his first ever TV series lead role where he plays the leader of the Hunters. Number 8, The Wilds. What do you get when you mix Generation Z girls with Lost and Lord of the Flies? You get The Wilds. We've got an orchestrated plane crash, a group of girls stranded on a desert island, social experiments, and flashbacks and forwards, which may all sound familiar, but the show has already received positive reviews with a 92% fresh rating. Already renewed for a second season the same month it premiered, the premise might feel repetitive, but this thriller provides a great insight into the lives of modern teenage girls that celebrates their different strengths. Number 7, Bosch Season 6. Already a veteran show that originally premiered in 2014, Season 6 of Bosch aired in April. The show follows a Los Angeles police detective, Harry Bosch, and is inspired by the works of Michael Connelly, with each season inspired by different novels. It follows the detective as he tries to solve different murder cases each season. With Bosch being Amazon's longest-running show and the 7th and final season already renewed, the show continues to receive positive reviews and is a definite must-watch for those who love police procedural dramas. Number 6, Sylvie's Love. Sylvie's Love originally premiered at the Sundance Film Festival back in January 2020. Amazon Studios acquired the film and premiered it on its platform in December of the same year. Starring Tessa Thompson, who is also executive producer, and Nnamdi Asomugha, the movie is a romantic melodrama about the summer love between Sylvie and Robert and when they reconnect 5 years later. Follow this period drama set in the 1950s and 60s if you're looking for an all-consuming love. Number 5, Homecoming Season 2. Homecoming is based on the podcast of the same name. Season 1 stars Julia Roberts as Heidi Bergman, a social worker who tries to recount her time at the Homecoming Transitional Support Center. The center assisted in helping soldiers transition to civilian life, but as with any thriller, not everything is as it seems. Although the first season was based on the podcast, Season 2 strays from its original source material, introducing new stories and characters, with Janelle Monáe taking over as lead actress. At first, it may seem like the second season is a departure from the first. You'll need to tune in to see how everything connects together. Number 4. Upload. Another new original that aired in May, Upload is a sci-fi comedy show starring Robbie Amell. People always wonder what happens after we die. In this show, set in the not-too-distant future of 2033, we don't really have to ask that question anymore. People are now able to upload themselves into a virtual afterlife when they are near death. In this virtual heaven, similar to real life, you can have anything your heart desires as long as you or someone else is able to pay for it. Already receiving positive reviews, a second season was greenlit just 7 days after its premiere. Fans of The Office and Parks and Recreation may appreciate this comedy drama as it is made from the same creator, Greg Daniels. Number 3. Borat subsequent movie film. Almost 15 years later, we finally have a sequel to the infamous Borat movie. Shot in the same mockumentary style as the first movie, the sequel once again follows Borat 14 years later after the events of the first movie. Having brought shame and dishonor to his country, Borat was forced to work in a labor camp until he was released in order to redeem his nation. Once again, Borat travels around the US creating havoc and controversies during his misadventures. Similar to the first film, the second one also had its fair share of controversies. Number 2. The Expanse Season 5. Based on the science fiction novels of the same name by James S. A. Corey, The Expanse is a futuristic world where the solar system has been colonized by humanity. Originally airing on Sci-Fi, the network had canceled the series after 3 seasons. Luckily, Amazon picked up the show for its 4th season, with the 5th season having aired in December 2020. With a complex storyline and a wide variety of characters that suck you in, The Expanse keeps you engrossed each episode. Fans of Battlestar Galactica and Firefly will appreciate the space opera with its detailed storytelling and vast world building. Number 1. The Boys Season 2. With an already saturated market of superhero movies and TV shows playing, you're probably wondering what makes this show unique and special. The Boys turns the typical superhero storyline upside down. The show showcases how these so-called superheroes act in private, acting completely opposite of the good guy public image. Corruption, arrogance, and violence run amok amongst these superpowered people, while we have a group of vigilantes trying to bring them down. Season 2, which premiered in September, has already received more positive reviews than the first, with a 3rd season and a spin-off series already in development. With so many shows and movies available to stream, we hope you take a look at the ones we've listed. Have you enjoyed any of these shows, or did we miss any that appealed to you? Drop us a like if you enjoyed this video, click subscribe for more content, and leave us a comment on which was your favorite show or movie of 2020.